Well, this is a typical 50 caliber USGI ammo can. This is from a South Florida estate sale of some kind, maybe more than one, I don't know. Anyway, it's sort of like a mini estate sale in a box, all smalls. And I figured I'd go through it one item at a time. Sort of like you've seen my videos with the hundreds of all kinds of items from estate sales, but really this is sort of like all of that condensed into one box. So let's take a look. Now what we really have in here, I haven't gone through it yet, but I did see a number of interesting items. I figured it might be interesting to video. So now obviously this is some 22 caliber air gun pellets. 200 or no, is that 500 of them in there? Well, I don't think I have a 22 caliber, but that's okay. Maybe one day I will. So we'll keep that handy just in case. Excuse me. We have some 22 rounds, kind of just miscellaneous stuff dumped in a bag. All right. Sure, they're fine. We got what do we got? That's plastic, little eagle. Looks like it comes from the top of some kind of a flagpole, maybe? Flagstaff? Not sure. Decorative. Okay, what's this? This is a quick load system for Soft Air. That's by Soft Air USA. That's kind of old, I bet. Soft Air for those little plastic pellets and those plastic guns that you use in the house. All right, we have two Thunderbolt 22s, 100 rounds. Yeah, that's pretty good. 22 is about the only thing I shoot anymore, so we'll keep that handy. We have 12 gauge birdshot, another 12 gauge birdshot. Who's that? That's Winchester, isn't it? Yes, it is. Okay, this is, that's slug, 12 gauge slug. These things are expensive, so I don't mind getting loosies every now and then. More birdshot. Or is it? Oh no, that's buck. That is buckshot, 9 pellets. Okay, double lot buck. All right, that's nice. That's expensive too. They're not always easy to find. So we'll put those aside. And we got some adjustable wrenches here. This is Crescent Tool Company, Jamestown, New York. Crestalloy. Okay, this is, I believe, going to be 1960s and 70s when I started using the Crestalloy brand on there. Made in USA, of course. Really nice. And this is the original Crescent wrench. And they're still around today, but they're all made in China now. And while they do honor their warranty, the quality is not the same. What do we have here? Who made you? Oh, Stilson wrench. Duh. That's an actual Stilson wrench by the Erie Tool Works. Erie, a lot of different companies use the Stilson patent. Erie was one of them. That's an Erie Tool Works Crescent wrench. Stilson wrench. I'm sorry. Here's another Stilson wrench. Who made you? Oh, I think I know who made this one. I can't really read it. Hold on. R for Rigid. A lot of people don't realize that the Rigid Tool Company also made wrenches on the Stilson patent. This is one of them. I have several other sizes. I do not have a little 6 like this, so that's cool. That's going to go in my little collection, hanging on the wall just like that, after I have sprayed some clear on there so it doesn't rust. Really don't have much of a use for a small 6-inch. I mean, they do have uses, but I don't particularly have a use for them, but I love to collect them. They're cool. I have all kinds of big pipe wrenches, not too many small ones, though. Okay, what's this? Another Crescent. Oh, that actually is another actual Crescent wrench. Jamestown, New York. Crestalloy again. Made in USA. Okay, it's another one just like the other one. Small version. This is a 4-inch. That's a 6-inch. 2 Crescent wrenches. Crestalloy wrenches. What's this one? This also? Yes, it is. Made in USA. I know that is. I know this one. Yep. This is going to be a bit older. This is probably 1940s, 50s. Could even be older than that. Looks to be in good shape, too. Well, nobody really uses these much. I do occasionally, but I have one on my keychain, actually. And I have an actual Crescent wrench about this old on my keychain, too. And I've had it on there more than 40 years, and it still works just fine. Hasn't worn out at all. Okay. I know this design. That's going to be Proto. Yep. That's a Proto 3/8. Shows some use. Do we work? Yep. It works. Proto, let me tell you something. These are expensive. You price things from Proto. They have nothing cheap. And that's USA Proto, and it's still USA Proto. Nowadays, it is Stanley Proto. There's another one. That's also Proto. This got a little bit banged up. Well, it looks pretty good, and I'll bet it also works. These are so easy to service, too. Yes, it does. That's nice. 3/8 drive ratchets from Proto. And who made you? Oh, that is a brand new Proto. That's a modern Proto. Still made in the USA by Stanley Tool. And still guaranteed, too. In the unlikely event you ever break one. Okay, that's a modern Proto. Put that up there. Another Proto. No, I'm sorry. That's not Proto. That's Allen. That's Allen USA. Looks pretty much unused, too. Does it work? Yes, it does. It works. Okay, we got an Allen USA. I don't think Allen is even made anymore. I don't know if they're still using that tool brand, but I guarantee you they're not still made in the USA. This is Proto. It is chrome plated all around, including the head. Looks pretty good, too. And I'll bet it works. Why wouldn't it? 1/4 inch, of course. 1/4 inch drive. Yep, that works. Okay, could use a little oil, but it does work. All right. This, another one. A little rusty there. I'm going to take that one apart and clean it up. But that is a Proto, another Proto 1/4 inch drive set. 1/4 inch drive ratchet. I got to price these. I'll bet they have to be $50. Probably. Maybe more than that. I shouldn't say that. They could be $100. Because Proto doesn't sell to you and me. They mostly sell, although they mostly sell to big industry, like NASA and General Motors and stuff like that. You know, they're not too much to regular shop mechanics or home hobby guys. Wow, that's another one. And that looks brand new. That does look brand new. Let's see. And she works good. That's 4 Protos. 4 Proto 1/4 inch drive ratchets. Okay, that is for screwing, threading spark plug holes, I'm guessing. There it is. There's a threader, pipe threader. That's nice to have. I'm not sure what they'll be using it for here, but I'm certainly going to keep hold of that. It's an interesting tool. Oh, another Eagle. That's not brass. That's going to be pot metal. Yeah, it's too light. That's for decoration. You screw that onto a piece of wood or something. Maybe a flag case, perhaps. What do we got here? We got a cracked socket. All right, that's not a good sign. Cracked socket. Who made you? Made in USA by Indestro. Indestro is no longer in production that I'm aware of. I'm not sure who is honoring their warranty these days. Probably nobody. So we won't worry about that. We got some matches, in case anybody feels like playing with matches. Yeah, box matches. Always good to have box matches. Somebody had a match obsession. Plastic match holder. Brand new from Coleman, no less. Yeah, those are good to have. Keep some spare matches around that are protected from getting wet. We got a little screwdriver. No brand name on it. Needle files. They look unused. Something is written there. I can't quite make that out. But I would be willing to bet these are USA made or they are Swiss. Either way, they're still handy. Whoever made them. Needle files are something I do use. So we have a couple, a couple little brushes here, just regular little paint brushes. They look unused. Good for something. Never know when you got to do a little paint job. Pencils. I cannot remember the last time I actually used a pencil, but I guarantee you, as a pencil, for its intended purpose, it's been decades. Easily decades. And the only really thing I did with pencils over the years when I was working was when I would drain a transmission pan on a junker vehicle that we were crushing or something like that, I would then use a screwdriver to pop the hole and a pencil to plug the hole. They were useful that way. They were just the right size, and they worked well for that. Target dots. Yes, I can definitely use that for my little BB pistol. I have one of those little trap boxes, and I can put those over the paper targets after they've been shot around a little bit. That's nice. A whole roll of them there. How many are in there? 25 targets. That's nice. Okay. Put that over there. Oh, a blunderbuss. Obviously, that's a toy. Little made in Spain. Made in Spain. Nowadays, all this cheap crap like this is made in China. This was made in Spain, so I'm going to run a guess here, 1970s. Okay. Toothbrush. Important for dental hygiene. Also good for cleaning parts. A T-handle from Brighton. Brighton Tool, 6mm T-handle. Not familiar with them. Don't know if they're made in the USA or not. Don't really care because I have little use for a 6mm T-handle. SAE sizes are what I use because that's what I play with. This is, Ilko. This is a Chinese knockoff of a Master Lock. Has a key, though. Do something with it somewhere. Not going to waste it, that's for sure. These little sockets, you don't use a ratchet with these. These, oops. These you use an Allen key. You see, you slide a little Allen key in there, and you could turn them. This was once part of a little metal tin set that they used to sell in hardware stores and whatnot for little jobs. Okay, this is an entire bag of ignition tools, spark plug gappers, feeler gauge sets, all of it small size. Somebody obviously was doing a lot of work with small engines, is what I'm guessing here. Nice. Nice. I will keep that because you never know when I will have to work on a small engine that has breaker points still. Although you'd always have to gap spark plugs. Let's see. City of Daytona Beach. Well, that's not surprising. Like I said, this came out of Florida. This whole box came out of Florida. So somebody got sticky fingers who worked for the City of Daytona Beach because this has the key. And it even says it right on the lock. But yeah, it does. Daytona Beach. I see it right there. For some reason, there's a little tiny wrench in there. A little ignition wrench from Meteor. Okay, what do we got in this bag? Allen keys. Yeah, those are useful. Okay, we have... Who made you? Crescent. Another Crescent. Little Crescent side cutters. Let's see. What do we got here? We have a pair of CTC. CT Company. Jamestown, New York. Crescent. A little pair of water pump pliers from Great Neck, Japan. Look like they're brand new. Don't have a lot of use for them, but I have several pairs, including some very nice channel locks. Okay, who made you? Durachrome. There you go, that's Durachrome. Nice pair of needle nose. Look like they're still in pretty good shape. They're not all chewed up. That's nice. Still a perfectly usable tool. And it will get used somewhere. Long Island brake and clutch. This is an advertising piece. It is a tape measure. It still works too. Little tape measure. Oh, cool. This is a Micromatic. I know what this is. This is made by the Zippo. Yep, Zippo company. It is another small tape measure. Unfortunately, too bad. It is broken. The end piece is missing. I'm sure the tape measure is still inside there, but still, this is a cool piece of Zippo history. Bradford, Pennsylvania. And if I could, I don't have my Zippo on me, I can show you how that resembles a Zippo. We have a punch. The punch is from Wizard tool. We have an obviously Stanley 100 plus screwdriver, and it has a nice end on it. Looks like it was never used. That's good. I could use that size. And another one. The same thing. I think it is another 100 plus. I think that is the same thing. It is. Okay, I got two of them. Both of them look unused. Oh, look at this. See? Again with the small engine stuff. This obviously is meant to thread into a chainsaw or a lawnmower or something like that. And it has an air fitting on it, air chuck. You would chuck the line into this and provide pressure if you wanted to keep your valves from falling down into the combustion chamber while you're changing springs or keepers or something like that. Very, very useful tool to have, because this way you could do it without pulling the head. You could change a broken spring, valve spring, or rocker or whatever without pulling the head. Okay. We have, I think this is made by Ideal maybe or something like that. Does it say? It's a Phillips, #1 Phillips. It does not actually say. It says made in USA though, so that's good. Okay, another screwdriver. Great neck tool, is that, that's it? Yes, great neck tool, inverted Torx. All right. That looks like a T50, inverted Torx. Drop forged wrench, who made you? Made in USA. Okay, nice heavy one. Good quality. Probably Billings or something like that, maybe Williams, who the heck knows. Obviously a contract piece, otherwise the name would be on it. Who made you? Giller USA. There's a Giller 3/8 breaker bar. Giller was another one of those names and tools that was around for a long time, but has since faded into obscurity. Small engine spark plug. There we go. Nut driver. That's Craftsman. Nice. That's for a CB radio of some kind. Old one. Don't know. Have no use for that. What the hell is this? Oh, that's a broken universal. That's too bad. Who made you? Doesn't say. Probably Chinese or something. Not going to worry about it. I have plenty of universals. Okay, that is obviously for opening a Spam tin. We have Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead. Your old-fashioned 1960s or 70s doorbell switch. Still good, too. I know what this is. But I'm not going to worry about it right now. Something with, obviously with fishing, because it has a picture of a fish on it. It must be for measuring your fish or something. I don't know. I'm sure it has a use somewhere. Just probably not for me. Another screwdriver. Wood handle one, too. I like wood handle screwdrivers. Got a little bit of a crack there, but that can be glued easily enough. Who made you? Are you? Yes, you are. You are a Mac Tools screwdriver. By the way, these things are still under warranty from Mac, but you will not get back a nice wood handle screwdriver. If you give it to them, you're going to get back something made in China, probably. So don't break the screwdrivers. We have England. Made in England, a 5/8, 3/4 by Super Slim. Can't say I'm familiar with the brand, but then I really don't have a lot of tools made in England. The one that comes immediately to mind is King Dick Tools. I have some of those. Another small engine spark plug. What's this? Her brand. And your little ratcheting wrench there. Yep, it works. We have a torch sparker. Those are always good to have. Torch sparker, light your propane torch or your cutting torch. Made in USA, forged select steel, no name. Probably her brand, but you never know. Made under contract for somebody else, that's why the name isn't on it. Another one. Forged, made in US, same thing. Okay, we got a lot of Craftsman in there. We have... Oh, these are snap ring pliers. These are for those stupid-ass clamps they were using in the 60s and 70s and even earlier on American cars to lock down your heater hoses and your radiator hoses. You would use these to squeeze them together, squeeze the ends together and pop the clamp down. Forged in USA. NASA. Not really a tool I'd associate with NASA, but I don't know. I hesitate to say that NASA had something to do with this, but it is possible because NASA is a heavy presence in this part of Florida, and I know that sometimes people get sticky fingers and take things home. So maybe that's a property mark on there. There's no other identifying except forged in USA. It doesn't say anything else. Seems in pretty good shape, and if I ever have one of those stupid clamps again, I could use this. Could have used it 30 years ago when I didn't actually own one. We have some cable clamps. Looks like a bunch of generic sockets down in there. Craftsman, a lot of Craftsman. Yeah, this is a Calvan. Calvan USA is a line wrench. I'm not going to go through every single thing in here, but I do want to look at these giant sockets I see. That has to be SK. I recognize knurling. That's old SK. Yeah. 1 3/4 3/4 drive heavy equipment stuff. Anything that's 1 3/4, you know it's going to be 3/4 or 1-inch drive. That is big. You know how expensive these sockets are. They are prohibitively expensive. Go price them sometime. Definitely not cheap. Not everybody has a use for them. Really, it's for working on heavy equipment, but if you need it and you don't have it, you will pay to get it, and they're expensive. These have obviously been well used, but they look in good shape. 1 5/8. That's still good. Not all chewed up. That's still a good one. I will put that aside because I do have a full set of SK 3/4 drive socket set with everything, the ratchet, the extensions, the whole, not even the toolbox. Not that I will ever break one of these because I'm probably never going to use them again, but 1 7/16. You see that thing's had the life. That's been around. Looks like that one was dragged behind a truck, and yet it's still nice and clean in there. Still nice and sharp. It's in good shape. Definitely nice to have that. And what's that I just dropped? I just dropped a tiny little, another one of those little tiny, oh, this one's actually for 1/4-inch drive set. No, it's not. I'm sorry, it's not. It's a square drive with a hex. The hex for the Allen key. Anything else spectacular in there that we need to look at? Am I missing it? What the hell is this doing in it? And a nice heavy little valve handle. Looks brand new. I guess if you had to buy one of these, it's probably a few dollars. What does it say on there? It says OS. OS. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. A little directional arrow. Let's see. We got some oddball sockets that aren't Craftsman. This is a Wizard socket. That's Wizard. What the heck is that on there? Is it? Little Wizard USA again. Another one of those names you're never going to hear again. I don't think they're being produced anywhere anymore in China or otherwise. Oh, I thought that was a stubby. 5/8, made in Korea. It looks like somebody deliberately cut that down, if I'm not mistaken. That doesn't look broken to me. Somebody needed a stubby wrench, and they made one. Huh. Good to keep that so I don't have to do that to one of my wrenches if I ever need it. More matches down there. We have, what the hell? A California license plate that says Cody. Yeah, that's real useful. I'm sure I'll get a lot of use out of that. Well, Cody, if you want your license plate back, let me know. Hit me up. Those are all Craftsman down there. Nothing special there. Somebody really liked eating Spam because it's made in China. That's what these are really for. What does that say? Oh, paint. I'm sorry. These aren't for Spam cans. These are for paint cans. That's what they're for. Ace Hardware. Yeah, for opening your paint cans. I guess they're useful. I don't do a whole lot of painting. And when I do, I'll probably end up using a screwdriver to open the paint can anyway. What the heck is this? This is, I'm going to guess, is that a sewing needle? I think that's a sewing needle. What am I going to do with that? All right, never mind. Stab myself with it. Probably going to happen if I leave it in there. Another spark plug, some more sockets. That one looks like it might be SK. That's definitely SK. Made in USA. But you notice there's no mark on there? That's a contract piece. SK made that for somebody else. It's a square knot socket. 1/4-inch drive. Yeah, SK made that for somebody. They did make tools for other companies, and they didn't put their name on it. And sometimes they didn't put the other company's name on it either. It might be on the box it came in or something like that, but it wouldn't be on the tool. Nobody's name would be on the tool. Anything else in there we got to go over? Nope, doesn't look like anything too interesting. All the goodies are all up here. Quite a lot of stuff in one little can. Particularly these proto ratchets. These I haven't looked up the price, so I didn't know they were in there, but I'm guessing, just going by SK prices, these probably retail in the $80 to $100 range. I found with Proto tools that the prices are really expensive. I believe I said that they don't sell, to like through a dealer network. They do sell through a dealer network. They don't sell like at your local auto parts store. It's more at the big industry. They market themselves. Stanley markets them to big industry. So big industry can afford to pay a lot more than you and I. So they get charged accordingly, which is fine with me because I mostly use vintage SK. If I was to buy new SK, I would go to eBay and just buy used. I would not be buying their made in China stuff. It just goes against my grain to do that. And I have so many SK tools now, I am never, ever going to have to buy any new tools for the remainder of my life. So, and there we go. There's a little look at what you find from a South Florida, well, not South Florida, from mid-Florida estate sale. Goodie bag, goodie box. Little bit of everything.